Welcome on in, everyone, to the Ryan Ripken Show. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How all are you doing? You didn't see that coming, Zach. Well, hey, welcome on in. It's almost Friday. Happy Thursday. We got a lot to talk about here today, and we are going to have another great guest join us live. We did have a great guest join us earlier, but because of timing, we had to pre-record it, except for our channel members. You can go back and watch that live. We talked with Orioles closer Ryan Helsley just about an hour and a half ago. So you guys can go check that out for the Rips Better Kids. But we are going to play some of those clips from that interview and show you a little bit more about who the Orioles' new closer is on and off the field. And then this hour, we're going to talk to a Super Bowl winning coach, not just any Super Bowl winning coach. Super Bowl 35 winning head coach Brian Billick's going to join us. It's the 25th anniversary of the Ravens beating the Giants, at least celebrating it. This Sunday when the Ravens play the Steelers, which that's a huge game here, and hopefully that momentum can help the current team win the damn game. But all that and a whole lot more here. We got our movie review today. It's Wanderlust, Paul Rudd. We're talking about it. And we'll probably have to talk about my hat, Brad. How you doing, by the way?
Cold. Tired of being cold already.
You're cold. And
today was uncomfortably cold. And I do not like that. You know, that feeling when you get so cold that it's like in your bones and you don't know how to get warmer?
Yeah.
Like that was today.
So
I was outside a lot today.
You seemed warmer like 2 minutes ago.
Oh no. Well, there's a draft behind me.
Oh, so it's getting you. Usually like that draft, I think it's hot when it's 90 degrees out.
Yeah.
And then it's cold as the ice.
We probably shouldn't have had the blinds open today.
You know what? I blame Zach for that.
Yeah, actually, I do take credit. I did put them open again. I closed them and then opened them again. But no, I agree. Actually, I was having this discussion with my girlfriend the other day. I'm usually someone who I am a very big fan of, like the cold. Like I'm like, it doesn't bother me. I don't know if I'm just getting older, but I walked outside like 2 days ago and I was cold for like 30 minutes after I got inside. I was like, what is going, like, who have I become? I was in a sweatshirt, sweatpants, everything. I was still cold. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But you know what? It happens.
It happens.
Apparently it makes me soft. Says the woman who lives in Florida. You shut up. You shut your mouth.
What's wrong? What are you about to say? What's wrong, mate?
I just, like, when we went on, I hadn't looked over there, like, since you had gotten over there. And I was looking down, and then it popped up, and you had that on.
Where did it even come from?
Oh, where did it come from? What, you guys don't have one?
The desk?
See, I can't give away my secrets. Shout out Ross, by the way. Came from Ross. So backstory, Jamie's uncle.
Oh.
He wore this hat the week of the wedding, and I said, Ross, I need one of those. And I saw him for Thanksgiving. And I said, hey, dude, I wasn't kidding. I want to feel like I'm in Peaky Blinders. I haven't seen the show, but I'd like to feel like I'm in the show before I watch the show. You know what I mean, Zach? Right? Do you want one of these hats?
Have you seen the show?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen the show, Rip?
No,
I said before I watch the show.
Oh, before you watch. Oh,
I've seen the look. I want to match it. I think this is a good trending look, Zach.
It's a look. It is a look. I will give you that. It is definitely a look.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders is one of the best shows on Netflix.
I've been told that too. It's one of those shows where, you know, like when everyone talks about how good a show is, and you're like, shoot, I gotta watch that. Like I gotta get that on my list. It's still on my list, but I'm not someone who shows. I'm not a new show person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting into movies.
You're not no, you're not. Well, just stop that right there.
I have
stop
started,
that right there.
You know, wow, that kicked my ass. I am expanding my horizons on movies. So maybe shows are next.
Yeah. Are they next?
Maybe.
You know, time out for a second. Hold on. Does this feature work? Oh, no, really? Hey, come here. Can't do it on the vertical, the zoom. On the vertical, I can. Come right here. Zach, you're not a movie person. You're not a show person, and that's okay. You don't have to fake it to the group, but you will have to report on some of this when you are asked upon.
Yeah.
And maybe you will. Maybe he will like this at some point. But at least for right now, did you watch Wanderlust?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
We got movie book club.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it before the show.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at this. Dude,
It looks good for it. It works for you because you have like the long face.
Yeah. No, it does.
People with short, round faces like myself and Zach,
Yeah, I could not.
not
pull
so
that
much
out.
so.
See, it makes you think like
With Peaky Blinders.
so like but do I look like I got that accent?
Blinders.
So you can pull that. I can't even do
With
that.
a peaky effing blinders.
You know, one of my buddies was trying to do a Spanish accent,
I couldn't do a Spanish accent.
but so it came out like this. What do you think you're doing? It came out like that.
Like
So,
you're Irish?
Yeah, exactly. Don't
Donkey.
it still cracks me up anytime anyone does like an Irish accent. That's what I go
Yeah.
back to. Hey, let me show you my Spanish accent.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing? I'm like, that's just I award you no points. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It works for you.
I
It
like
does work for you.
Shout out Ross. I told you, man, I would wear it. I would rock it. I feel more sophisticated. It helps me give you all the insight that you may be or maybe not looking for.
Beard's working too.
No, the beard, and you know what? It goes with this.
It does.
Maybe that will be my fit in 2026. Maybe this is what's going to be. This will be the fit in 2026.
Yeah, you're not going on your honeymoon like that.
No, I'm probably not. But if you were looking for a new fit yourself, by the way, speaking of fit, how about some fitness? Merit Clubs still have the cyber deal running for the rest of this year. $1 to join Merit Club through the rest of December. It's a great deal. We appreciate them. And they want to help you on your wellness and fitness journey. And how do you spell $1, Zach?
MERRITT.
How about that?
How about that? When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Just like that. Well, let's move on to the show now, shall we, fellas? We had an opportunity to talk to new Orioles closer Ryan Helsley today. And I got to tell you, what I love about these interviews, and my goal is to try to explain a little bit more about who they are. And talking to Ryan, when you guys see the full interview, Rip's Better Kids, you can see that right now, is just how honest he is, how real he is, and actually, you know, you're going to find out his coffee preference as well in the process. But the first things first, he was in a difficult situation with the Mets. It didn't go the way that he had hoped, and also the season didn't go the way the Mets had hoped for down the stretch. They were looked to be a World Series contender, and they went from a contender to pretender, failure. It was shocking, the collapse of what happened, especially for the amount of money that they spent and the trades that they made, which included Ryan Helsley being the closer for the Cardinals and going into roles for the Mets that he was not used to. So I asked him about that question of what was it like changing roles and how an impact it had on him. And I thought he gave a great answer. So Zach, let's start with that clip. Curious with you. Was it a little bit challenging to be switched into different roles in that case? Like, because you were going over there in that bullpen, I'm going, oh my God, like it was you, Diaz, and was it Rogers, Zach?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what was that transition kind of like? Because I always tell people it's nice when you knew your role was. When you were at the Cardinals and you came out of that bullpen, I'm like, damn, that I know who's coming out to close the game. Was that a readjustment for you at all, out of curiosity?
Yeah, it was definitely different. You know, as a closer, you're super, you know, routine oriented, and you have, you know, like I knew what I was going to do in the first inning all the way to the ninth inning, and that was every day. And but when you go to kind of like the setup role or just a back end role, not the closer, you know, you got to be ready from 6th, 7th, 8th inning, you know, and then. So it was a little different in that sense, but obviously getting ready and stuff, I always felt like I was ready, but more so trying to wrap your mind around covering multiple innings versus just the one, if that makes sense, you know, because you're so dead set and focused on just getting 3 outs in the ninth, you know, majority of the time. Sometimes you're obviously asked to go back out, but, you know, when you're that guy, you know, get a phone call in the 6th, hey, get hot, all right, sit down. Phone call in the 7th, you got a guy on, all right, get up again, you know, whereas a closer, you're never doing that, you know. 95% of the time. Like, obviously there's circumstances in the playoffs are different,
Yeah.
but most of the time throughout the regular season, you're never doing that. So that was an adjustment period again for me, which I wasn't too uncomfortable with it because obviously most closers come up and you're not the closer right away as soon as you debut. So you go through that kind of stuff. But overall, you know, I think it was just a combination of a lot of things, you know, that kind of went wrong and it all just kind of hit the wall at once, you know. So it was just really kind of unfortunate timing.
And I thought he's very honest with that. Unfortunate timing. He's referencing that he was going to be a free agent. And when you're looking at what some of these deals have been so far, and specifically that Devin Williams having the year that he had with the Yankees, he got $17 million a year and $51 million guaranteed. And Ryan Helsley decided, I'm going to have a 2-year deal. I'll take an opt-out after one, and settled for $14 million a year. And I've mentioned this before. Of this closer class, any of these guys could end up being the best closer in 2026 of this group, because that's how good that they are. But I thought that this was good context, because in this world in sports, the only thing that people truly care about is if you get the job done. And if you don't get the job done, they wonder, why didn't you get the job done? And you got to look at the factors. And could it be the case that maybe Ryan Helsley's losing it? Maybe that's it. Maybe he can't get guys out anymore. Maybe the secret's out. Or maybe, just maybe, there was other factors that went into psychologically. You're psyching yourself out. Maybe you're tipping your pitches. Or maybe just the combination of a struggling team and the confidence level isn't there. Because from what I saw from the guy that was with the Cardinals to the Mets, it just felt like one thing went wrong after another. But it wasn't that the skills are gone. It was just a rough stretch. Zach, I think you said it perfectly last show when we talked about this. It wasn't a bad year for Ryan Helsley. It was a tough 3-week stretch, and he just alluded to that was a hard timing of doing this. But he still knows how to be a closing pitcher, and that's what the Baltimore Orioles are going to need.
Yeah, and I'm going to read you some stats because we talk about the timing, and he mentioned that as well, like you just said, because, yeah, he had a bad stretch, and in all honesty, it cost him money, and that's why he took the shorter deal. That's why he wants the opt-out after the first year. But I'm going to read you his stats from 2022 to 2024. Remember, in 2024, he's coming off 49 saves with a 2.04 ERA. So from 2022 to 2024, Ryan Helsley pitched in 152 games, 167 2/3 innings. He had 82 saves, over 167.2 innings. He had a 1.83 ERA, and ERA plus of 225. With 225 strikeouts and just 167 2/3, that is a 34.6% strikeout percentage, only 60 walks. If he would have been a free agent after 2024, this is a guy that would have gotten probably $20 million a year. This is a guy that franchises would have been all in on. This is a guy, and listen, they still were. He had a lot of suitors. Heck, he even had suitors that were like, hey, maybe we can turn you into a dominant starter. It was unfortunate timing. He even brought up, he's like, hey, for 3 weeks, it sucked that was the timing of that. Ryan Helsley had 3 bad weeks in an otherwise incredible 3-year stretch. 4-year stretch if you include the beginning of 2025. This is a guy that I think is poised for a massive, I don't even want to call it a bounce back, because it was 3 weeks that really just plummeted the stats. But he's coming to Baltimore. He has something to prove, going, hey, I'm still that guy from 2024. Like, this isn't changing. And I think for him, Baltimore is a perfect spot, because we even got into it a little bit later with them. Hey, this is a hungry team in general.
Yep.
And he fits that profile right now. Hey, I want to prove something, and this team wants to prove something that, hey, yeah, 2025, that wasn't us. That was a blip. And I think that it fits perfectly. And listening to him talk, I think he's ready to take, I don't even want to say take the step, get back to the Ryan Helsley that we know and he knows he is.
Yeah, and this isn't for people looking at how it ended. The last time the Orioles signed a closer in free agency, it was Craig Kimbrell. And at the time, Craig had really dominant moments, and then he had struggles, and I know Phillies fans are saying, oh, we told you so. The problem that I want to explain, because someone actually brought this up about the worry with Helsley. You need to look at the body of work. And someone said, Ryan, you said that about Craig Kimbrell. Well, the body of work for Craig Kimbrell was great. The worry for Craig was, could he hold up? Could he physically hold up? And what happened last year or 2 years ago with the Orioles, he was really good for the first month or first half of the season. Body broke down, and that was it. And he had moments that kind of showed there, but he was having success. You got to ask yourself, when you're looking at a pitcher like Ryan Helsley or anybody else, was he breaking down? No. His fastball is still reaching 102. He throws fuzz. Was he missing pitches at times? Sure. But the body of work, he's in his prime. He's been dominant for the last 3 to 4 years. And you got to trust what you've seen. And also, when you looked with the Cardinals, was he good? Yes. He was really solid for the Cardinals. It was his worst stretch, Zach, over the 3 to 4 years with the Cardinals last year, and he had a 3 ERA. That was his floor for what he had done. So it's just good context. And by the way, this is the human side of it. You get traded during the season, your family moves, you're worried about the entire family, kids, wife, if you have it. And also you're moving to a place in a city where you're trying to get comfortable in a different spot. It's not an excuse. It's not. But it gives you context when you're also not even changing what your role is on the field. You're trying to get comfortable off of it. Players are humans at the end of the day. I think Ryan Helsley, he's settled in. He knows what he has to do. And Brad, I think we mentioned it earlier. The dude has a reason why he wants to pitch well.
Oh, yeah.
He's pitching to make a lot of money moving forward. 14 mil could be an absolute steal for the Orioles and an absolute jumping pad for what Helsley could get. Because I'm curious what happens with Diaz here and Suarez. I think they're gonna get 20 mil. I really do.
Easy.
And if that's the case, and Ryan Helsley goes out and has any type of the years that he had the last 4 years, well, buddy, he's going to get it. He's going to get more than that. So I thought that was great. The other part then, you're wondering, he's going to be the closer. What you got, Zach?
Oh, just real fast. When I brought up the fact of from 22 to 24, he had the third lowest ERA of any relief pitcher over that 3-year span. He had a 1.83 ERA. He's number 3. Number 4 with a 1.85 ERA is Felix Bautista.
There you have it.
So this isn't, a lot of people want to look at his time with the Mets in that 3-week stretch and be like, oh, this guy, Orioles, what are we doing here? This is a guy that can be a stud, and he has been.
He has been. Like, there's no reason to not believe in the talent. The talent is there. The upside is there. The makeup is there for him. And I also love the fact that he went through failure right there. And it had been a little bit of a smooth sailing on cruise control the last few years. And guess what? You go through it. You learn a lot. I think he's learned a lot. But now the next part, we know what role he's going to be in Baltimore. He's going to be the 9th inning guy. It's pretty set and delivered. That's what he's going to do. Well, what comes with his 9th inning role isn't that you believe he's going to close out games. It's what actually happens before he steps on that mound. And it starts with some bells, some Hell's bells to be specific. And I had to ask him then, can you expect to hear those bells ringing in 2026? Well, here's his answer on what that's going to be with him coming out of the pen in Camden Yards. I relaxed. When you come out of the bullpen and Hell's bells is rocking and rolling, do you get jacked up when you're about to go pitch? Like, are the juices flowing, or what goes through your mind when that happens? Because I got to say, dude, that's electric. That is elite. And I think of all the things for fans. They lost Batista, right, with the injury, and Felix was one of my teammates as well. And they were really excited about the Omar whistle when he'd come in. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But everyone would rival and be like, oh, my goodness, I cannot wait to hear. I'm assuming you're keeping this, by the way. Am I overstepping?
No. I didn't truly know if that was the right move, like maybe like a fresh start. But I feel like, everywhere I go, everybody's like, dude, you got to keep it. You got to keep it. Like, it's so good. And, shout out to the people in St. Louis that did a great job with it. And also in New York, it's pretty surreal, to be quite honest with you. I think it's like, I know it's my walkout, but I think it's about as good as it gets, just hearing the bells, like when it starts. I mean, everybody knows the AC/DC song, Hell's Bells, but it's the way it starts is just, it's electric, especially when the lights go down. And, sometimes I honestly I got to stop my warm up a little early just so I can bring my heart rate down, because it just you get so juiced. It's like you feel like you're floating out there sometimes.
It gets the people going. I think the one worry you had, Zach's face when I was asking the question, his eyes got a little bit bigger because you thought I was asking. You were afraid he was going to say he had an alter ego.
I was like, we've gone through enough alter egos with the whole JJ McCarthy. I was like, you were like, yeah, you're so relaxed. Like, what goes through your mind? I was like, please don't say where he's like, yeah, I just change into this different person. I was like, we can't do alter egos. I was like, alter egos are not in right now in sports. But yeah, talk about an entrance that gets the people going.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm fired up. I am fired up for it. I think Camden Yards is going to love it. I mean, fans just love those moments. Like in football, what did Ravens fans love all those years? Ray Lewis, hot in here, ripping up the turf and doing the squirrel dance. Like that got the people going.
Still does.
Still does.
To this day.
Those entrances, they get the juices flowing. But the bigger thing is, can you control yourself? Because in football, like, you can use that energy and that anger or emotion to keep you fired up. In baseball, you can be fired up, but like, you got to like temper it down, heel cinnamon. You got to be able to relax and go out there and execute. And so for Ryan Helsley, he's going to have that opportunity here. And we have more from that interview. And if you wanted to see it right now, Rips Better Kids, it is over there. It's part of the live stream, by the way. It's a live Rips Better Kids just for you guys, for our channel members there. Thank you guys for all the support. If you guys would like to be a channel member and get early access to that, go click that join button and become a Rips Better Kid. I think it's that simple. It's next to subscribe. So if you're not subscribed, click join. Brad, did I miss that? Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
That sounds good.
Yes, sir.
We did bring up to him, Brad, about Gavin striking out Gavin Sheets.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Had to. It was just
we have to put that up so that Gavin can then respond.
Oh, Gavin's responded on Instagram and X a little bit.
And Facebook.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to see him a little bit later. I might just show him right to it. Maybe I'll get a little recording like, hey, reaction here.
You should have had him come down here.
Yeah. Well, he's a country guy now, getting him down to the city. He did say he will come in, and he said he will be on.
It's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years. No, he came on last year.
Not in studio.
Not in studio, yeah. Guy still thinks he's a baseball player.
I know.
Unbelievable here. The Helsley part, that's really the big news at the moment. There's other moves, guys. It's almost the winter meetings, and that's where it gets spicy. A few days away. Sunday is officially like when it starts, but really where the meat and potatoes are Monday and Tuesday. So Orlando, a lot will be happening. We'll have some information to share with you. And if you liked Ryan Helsley joining, well, guess what? We have another member of the Baltimore Orioles organization that's going to be joining us down at the winter meetings on Monday afternoon.
Hey, now.
Say 1 p.m. specifically. Our times on Monday are going to be way off, by the way.
Yep.
We are not live at 5. We might certainly be live at 5, but we also might be live at
1,
12,
10.
9.
It might be a marathon. It might be just one of those marathons where we're just live and whatever happens, happens. That's what we did last year.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it there. Right now, though, guys, it's the same old talking points. There's nothing new out with the rumor mill, right? Is there anything new out?
No.
Nope.
No.
People are going to sign or not.
Or
That's
not.
kind of where we're at.
I will say this part of the offseason, someone asked me what's better, the NFL free agency offseason or MLB? And I think it depends on what's your cup of tea. If you want immediate moves and answers, then those 2 days with the NFL free agency and tampering, period, like that's like it's spicy. But with MLB, if you want to have this prolonged and think about every possibility and have the peaks and valleys of what your team can and can't do, then I'd say MLB's for you. I mean, Brad, do you have a feeling one way or another?
I mean, I agree with you
On which one?
on all of it.
Which do you like better, though, Brad? Are you that cold?
I was making a poll.
Okay, what's the poll? Why don't you say that?
Because I was trying to still stay involved. When should your Christmas tree get taken down?
Oh, that's a good one.
The options are the day after Christmas, New Year's Day, between Christmas and New Year's, and never.
All right.
Zach?
Oh, are we entering it now? I feel like my family was always like after New Year's. I wouldn't say no. It was like that week after New Year's. I think that's kind of when it goes down.
I've had it prolonged. You know,
I feel like this is a hotly debated topic.
It is. It's
when it goes up.
When you put it up and when it goes down. If you put it up really early, I feel like you're gonna take it down.
No,
it also depends, like if you have a real tree or not.
Yeah,
that's the biggest question.
Because that becomes a fire hazard.
Yeah, a real tree also dictates when it comes down.
It's a good point. So,
a fake tree, I know people who it's literally never.
My family tradition, my mom always has this superstition that like it's bad luck to have the same tree twice same tree in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So like taking the tree down before New Year's so you don't have the same tree carrying over to New Year. That was like her thing. So it didn't have to be on New Year's Day or whatever, just as long as it came down before the next year started.
Yeah, I've had Jamie. Jamie loves the tree up. October 30th is when our tree went up. I'm really curious when the tree is going down.
Yeah, she couldn't survive with a real tree.
We had that issue. When I said fire hazard, we will save that story for a different time because we got to talk a little bit of football here because while trees and the holidays are here, what's also here this weekend is the Ravens are celebrating an accomplishment that was a first for the organization here as the Baltimore Ravens. Super Bowl 35, the Ravens defeated the Giants to win their first ever title. And the man that was steering the ship, we had a chance to talk to him down at the Super Bowl this past year, and he will be a part of the festivities. Super Bowl 35 winning Coach Brian Billick.
Hey.
Coach, how you doing?
I am doing great. Great to see you guys.
Good to see you too. Real quick, just before we get into the football talk, and I don't know if you heard about the dilemma of when a tree should go up or down in a household. Do you think when's too late to put down a Christmas tree in your mind?
Oh, when's too late?
Yes.
We're always focused. My wife is amazing at this. She will drive around and walk around the neighborhood pre-Thanksgiving just to see who has already put their tree up. and they get marked off. They go to the naughty list. So you can put it up too early. Well, for a long time, what tradition was to actually put the tree up on Christmas Eve. I mean that used to be the deal. You know, you'd go out and get your tree on Christmas Eve, and you'd put it up, and you'd decorate it, and then you'd celebrate Christmas. But
quote unquote Santa put it up.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's too late, but it's not too early that the next day the tree comes down after Christmas. I mean, the next day.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great debate. So Coach, I got married a few months ago, and my wife, we've been together for a while, but I went away for a trip on October 28th. And why I remember that date is because I came back November 1st, but I got a photo on October 30th, and the tree was up. Wasn't even Halloween. So in our household, we're pushing that limit.
That's good. That is my problem with that would be because when the tree goes up is when my wife starts the Christmas music starts. And if that Christmas music started on November 1st, by December 25th, I would have gone postal.
Yeah,
it would have been ugly.
Same.
There's a lot of similarities, but you know what? We could talk about how I feel about all that. I'm not the Grinch. I love the holidays, but I think it's a fascinating conversation. Hey, Coach, I got to ask you, we've been reminiscing over the start here, and I got to talk with one of your former players yesterday, Brandon Stokely. The reason why I'm wearing a hat today is that Brandon Stokely reminded me that my hairline is way up there. So,
join the club.
Yeah. But you know what? I said, I'm 32. And he goes, you look more like you're 52. I'm like, hey, great Brandon Stokely, everybody. He mentioned a story to me, though, Coach. He talked about Goose. And he said when he was a rookie, Stokely, he said, Goose gave him a really hard time. But then he said some of the veterans not only gave him a hard time, they had paintball guns. And do you remember this? Am I crazy? Or
No. Our veterans, like all of them, they got after the rookies a little bit, and taping them to the goal posts and that kind of stuff. The paintball gun, I don't remember. It wouldn't have been at the facility because I mightn't have drawn the line at that. But it doesn't surprise me that because that group in particular and the veteran group we had, they were characters, and I can see them definitely doing that kind of thing.
He said it made him it led to him having a 15-year NFL career. And he brought up in that moment when we went over the touchdown play and put you guys on the board. And, for him, he said his opportunity came about because of an injury to Travis Taylor. In your mind, when we go back, did you think Brandon Stokely, of all the outcomes, was going to be the one that caught the first touchdown 25 years ago?
Not when we first took Brandon. When we took Brandon, and you loved what you saw in film, and I think if I remember correctly, Brandon was a coach's son, so you knew he had a great mind for the game. But it wasn't until we got Brandon and you saw what a intelligent. He was just, obviously a good athlete, but he was such an intelligent receiver, knowing how and where to get open, to be available to the quarterback. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. And the substantial thing about that, and Brandon will tell you that as well. What was so monumental about it was the minute we got that touchdown, we knew it was over because they weren't going to score, maybe a field goal. But they, and that was the MO of that team. If we can get up, 10, we can just get 10 points. Game's over. Game, set, and match. That was the mentality that they had. So him and getting it on the explosive play and because they were a pretty good defense. Giants were a good defense that year. And we knew that was going to be a struggle. And knew probably we were going to have to get some turnovers, which we did, which was the key factor. But to get that score on our own offensively was huge.
It's really the whole season that you guys had then, because I got to dissect it. And I want to remind people I am 32. Okay. So I was, I think, 7 years old when you guys won this. So I go back and I watch it all the way through. And I was actually at that game. That was one of my first true memories as a kid. But one thing that I really appreciate now after being in the sports world and being on teams, and we know some of the verbiage and you to rile up the boys during the season, that's documented too, Coach. But there was struggle throughout that year. Yeah. Offensively, there was struggle. You guys were trying to find your way. And the reason why I bring this up, kind of similarly right now, like this Ravens team currently has talent, but they're trying to find their way. Could you maybe speak on what that struggle is like, and then also why you can be optimistic that this group now, just like your group then, you can find a way to try to turn it around and something special can still happen?
Yeah, the thing about that, people forget to go back. We didn't score a touchdown in the month of October. Now that you talk about what could tear a team apart. Because players are pretty famous for jumping up on the soapbox after game going, I confess he did it, and that can tear a team apart. That team stuck together through it. And when we came out of it, the key was that once we did, there was a sense of invincibility. The players took on a mantra of, hey, we've stood at the abyss. We've been, as bad as it can be. and we still hung together. So there's nothing you can do to us by way of an opponent that's going to tear us apart and that we're not going to fight through. And so I always say, I really think that built us as a team to know that we could overcome it. Now, today's Ravens, they're an extremely talented offense, and their woes offensively have more to do with obviously injury and a number of other things that, they can draw a great deal of confidence as hopefully they get healthier and as Lamar gets healthier and more confident. That's all I see in Lamar right now. I don't think he's as confident in that leg because of the hamstring. You know this. The hamstring never really does heal during the season. And so it's got to be, even though he fights through it, and he's a great competitor, that's got to be in the back of your mind. And as he continues to work through that, because the talent is there. And I think the Ravens are going to be, particularly in an AFC and an NFC as well, an AFC that just doesn't have a dominant team. If this were a year where you had the Kansas Cities or Buffaloes of the past, you might look at it and go, "Oh boy, this is going to be a tough sled." Because even if we can kind of gather it back, but it's going to be wide open. If they can just find their way to get to the playoffs, the pedigree will kick in, and they will be as dangerous as anybody in the AFC.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we had Jim Nantz on last night. And I had to ask Jim that. I said, "You've been doing this a long time. You've seen probably every which way. Nothing necessarily surprises you." But I said, could you compare this year in the AFC to previous years? And he said, his words, "I've never seen anything like this, where there's not a true favorite. The favorites are fighting for their playoff lives right now."
Yeah.
The Rams in the NFC, oh, wait, they had that big win against the Buccaneers. Well, guess what? You go to Carolina and you lose, and now people are wondering, well, who are the Rams? It sounds like would you agree with that sentiment that it's kind of had that feel as well, what Jim said?
I can sit here and go through line item after line item about why the Bills, the Ravens, the I keep saying San Diego, the Chargers, certainly the Patriots, who are playing as consistent as well as anybody, and give you chapter and verse. Here's 4 things why these teams can win the Super Bowl. I can equally give you, here's 4 things why that's not going to happen with everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got that little bit of a wart that could be exposed in the playoffs. And it's kind of exciting because it truly, and it should be exciting for the Ravens, who clearly have had a more difficult year compared to some others and will struggle and right up to the point of getting into the playoffs where even if you do that, there's kind of just how far are we going to go? But a true excitement that, there's nobody out. We can parlay this thing all the way to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see how it happens. I hope that we have a third celebration in Baltimore. That would help out a lot of people. That would bring a lot of excitement to a lot of people here. And I have 2 questions left for you. One is related to, and I can say for the end, because I see the X-Tech. One, I'm wondering how I can get a hoodie first off.
We can make that happen.
Okay, deal on that. But before we get to the X-Tech here, we've talked about moments when we were at the Super Bowl last time, and we talked about maybe some of those viral moments that are great. But to you, Coach, 25 years ago, and it doesn't have to be the Super Bowl year, but it very well could. What's something that sticks in your mind through that run or through your time that people don't know about, but you still hold to this day as something that you will never forget?
Well, there's any number of moments. We already talked about an extended moment in terms of that team overcoming the lack of offensive touchdowns in October. The comeback win against Jacksonville. Remember, we started out pretty good. Mm-hmm. And Tony Banks was the quarterback and throwing the ball well. And we got down by, I want to say it was 23 points. And I remember telling the guys at halftime, I said, guys, at this point, the score doesn't matter. What we do in the second half is going to identify who we are, regardless of the outcome. How we fight through the second half. And for that team to fight through, and then for Shannon to catch that 30-yard bomb down the middle to come back and beat Jacksonville, a team the Raven organization had never beaten. that, everybody talked about the rivalry with the Steelers, certainly, and obviously, and the Titans developed or whatever. But that was our biggest challenge. It wasn't a rivalry with Jacksonville because they didn't view us as a rival because they always kicked our ass.
Yeah.
That was, so it wasn't a rivalry. That play, that overcoming that moment of the season, showing what we were capable of and what that team was capable of was I as I look back on the season, that's the one moment that comes back to me that says that was a big time.
I love hearing that. I've asked in different moments, and even from your staff, we had Marvin on, a couple months ago, and he told a story about starting Anthony Mitchell over Poindexter. That was like one moment that he brought up too.
Wow, interesting.
And so that's why it was funny. And he said, Art Modell was really bullish on him starting Poindexter. And then, I can't even do the accent that it was like, Marv, and
with Art,
I thought that was really cool to see because everyone has that. And I'm happy that that's a moment you identified. And I'm more than happy that you got to experience something that few have had the chance to. Hell, to this day, that's why it's being celebrated. It was such an awesome moment. And you were such a huge part of bringing that to Baltimore. So I'm excited that they get to celebrate that. And
it is exciting. It's amazing to think it was 25 years ago.
I know.
And particularly for you, you were like 6 years old or something.
Yeah,
but
and I had blonde hair.
On that,
yeah,
25 years. That's a bit sobering.
Does it feel like it then, Coach?
It doesn't, because it was such an emotional time, and you get to revisit. And times like this weekend, it's going to be great to see everybody. Times you get to revisit it, but you do recognize it. I'll tell you a story to put it in perspective, because I turned 71 just last year, so all of a sudden, everything. You look in the rearview mirror, going, "Boy, was that really that long ago?" But my son-in-law runs the youth football league here, and he needed some help with the coaches. This is a couple of years ago. And so I coached my then 10-year-old grandson's defense. I said, I know a little bit about defense. I can do that. So I'm coaching these 10 years old, and it's fabulous, man. They're great. And, it's a little bit different coaching, because it's like, okay, where's your helmet? Have you got a ride home? Okay. But this one young kid, he comes up and goes, it really put me in perspective for me. He goes, you used to coach the Baltimore Ravens. I go, yes, I did. Very good. And he goes, and you won a Super Bowl. I said, yes, I did. That's good of you to remember. He goes, that's really cool, because most of those guys are dead. I don't know if he thought I was Vince Lombardi or what. So all of a sudden, there's a few of us still poking around here. So it's great to it's going to be great to get back to see everybody, the coaches and the players, and kind of reminisce about the times, and a great time to do it around, which should be a great game and a great rivalry.
It is, gosh, that talk about sobering, that comment sobering, but it's also
that kind of brings it home to you. Yeah,
but it's really damn funny.
Yeah.
Before I get you out of here, Coach, the X-Tech hoodie, that is stylish. So again, need it. Tell people that don't know about X-Tech, because that's been the game-changing piece of equipment in the football space, not just from the highest ranks all the way down to youth football.
Yeah, I'm excited about and honored to have been a part of X-Tech pads. We're the number one pad in all pro football, major college football as well. Because it's the next iteration. Back when I was coaching, it was like, big guys had big pads and little guys had little pads, and it's okay, great. You really didn't realize, but now, the safety of the players and taking the head out of the game, the pads, and it's the next iteration in technology. We make these pads, not just, it's based on your position, your height, your weight, your injury situation. We're down in the high school, really excited that we're launching the youth pads. My grandsons are going to be 14 and 10, and they actually wore the prototype. So I'm excited about being able to have it down into youth, because it's the best protection you can give the players.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal here, right? You're trying to create the protection, and also you're saying it's best fitting to those individuals, and that's the cool part. And at the top of the level, there's the top guys are choosing that. And I know that you've been so passionate about it every time. I know you get excited about football, and I can see that in your eye. When you talk about this, you're so passionate about helping make a difference and an impact. And because you having your family involved, you even have more emphasis behind you want this to be great. So
see, I look at my grandsons, and I'm asked all the time when I go out and speak in different groups, where they always ask, do you, particularly when it comes around to the concussion protocol and on the potential for injury, they go, do you want your grandsons to play football? And my aunt, and because these are my grandsons now, my pat answer is no, I don't. But I don't want them to date. I don't want them to drive. I don't want them to ski. I don't want them to do anything. I just want to put them in this protective bubble. But you obviously can't do that. You got to let them follow their passion. And it's great fun to watch them follow their passion. But at the same time, it's you got to protect them. And I'm so thrilled, particularly now that we're getting down into the youth sizes in the X-Tech pads, because it's absolutely the best protection you can have for your young people in what is a phenomenal game.
It truly is. It brings people together. And having Jim Nance, I'll finish with that. We talk about stories. Jim Nance is one of the best storytellers, but the best story out there is when you're watching these sports unfold. And the game of football is like the perfect example of that, where it's like cinema. All the moments that you had in Super Bowl 35 on that run, it felt like it's out of a movie. Yeah. I still go back and watch that documentary when it was on VHS. Zach, you know what a VHS is?
Yes, I know what a VHS is.
I'm just saying, times have changed. But I'd watch that religiously, and I thought it was great, Coach. So, hey, I appreciate your time. I will bother you about that. I'm serious. I would like to
we'll do it. I can make that happen. I'll make that happen for you.
Appreciate it. Well, safe travels here. Enjoy every moment of it. And I look forward to talking to you the next time. Okay, Coach?
All right, guys. Sound good.
Thanks, Coach Brian Billick, everybody. He is
he knew how to sign off real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he really did.
He was like, see you. Out.
I will say, though,
he's been there before.
Imagine being the head coach of a 10-year-old youth football league and Brian Billick is your defensive coordinator.
Remember your helmet.
Yeah. Like, imagine being on the other coach. You're like, all right, we're just going out there to have fun. And you're like, are they game planning on defense over there? You're getting blitzes out of nowhere. It's like Brian Billick's running. Gosh.
I could see it in two different ways as well on top of that.
Yeah.
I could see the one of the kids not knowing.
Yeah.
Like, what do you know about this? What do I know? Let me tell you, back in 1999, 2000, you ever heard of Ray Lewis? Like, and then they'll probably say, like, a truck driver. No, and talk about how no idea who that is, hardest hitting linebacker the game's ever seen. And then the other part is parents being, so like, what's your background? Like, say it's young parents being like, you're helping to coach. What's your background? I used to coach. Oh, anything big?
Did you used to play?
Yeah. One of those, right?
You play in high school?
Yeah.
Well,
play a little college ball.
Hey, a little advice here. I coached my 8-year-old team, and one thing that you need to know with getting the most out of these kids is X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'll consider that. Thank you.
I want to know what the scheme was looking like. Were you like, running like
set
a 4-3, sitting in the nickel,
cover zeros.
Yeah.
Just cover zero every play.
I was trying to think back to my youth football days. I feel like we just were like, everyone run to the ball. That's it's like cornerbacks, cover your receiver. Everyone else, we're just blitzing.
So I can relate to this just on a baseball level. So I coached baseball for 7-8 years, all the way from as little as like 6-7 all the way up to 18U. And it's quite interesting how quickly they figure it out. But like those little kids, I mean, Rip, you probably know.
I got a message from actually.
That's all right. I was just returning the favor.
Yeah, no, it felt good, didn't it? Yeah. But I'll say out loud, I didn't listen to a word you just said.
We're talking about just coaching the youth.
Yeah,
coaching. I was just coaching youth baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't know anything about the game. Don't know anything at all. I'm still learning.
Have you ever coached youth baseball?
I mean, I've done camps and clinics, but coaching a team
but like
on the day-to-day.
Game and all that.
Not like
ring.
on the day to day. I mean, we probably wouldn't lose a game. I'll be honest. If we lose, kids are running laps.
Yeah.
You know.
I will say one of my favorite from my one coaching year when we won the championship. No, slight brag. It was a 13-15 team, and obviously you start earlier, and it's like in the middle of March was when it started, and it's like the first game of the year, and we have a decent lead in the 7th inning, which was the last inning, and this kid I put out there to pitch, he's like, yeah, I pitch everything. We're still trying to figure things out, and he walks like the first 5 batters, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
So finally I walk out there, mound visit, just slight things. And he looks me in the eyes and goes, yeah, coach, I meant to tell you, I'm so cold, I can't feel the baseball in my hand. I was like, these are things you have to tell me when you get to the mound. I was like, not after the 5th consecutive walk.
It's interesting because like when you're coaching little kids like that, they all have to bat. They all have to play.
Mm-hmm.
So like trying to organize a batting lineup when you have 13 kids that they all need to bat around. It's ain't like it is with the older kids. That's for sure.
I will say one of my favorite, we had this kid who was playing up, and he was just the tiniest guy probably in the league.
Yeah.
And I had to have the tough conversation with him. I was like, I know you want to swing the bat. Big situation, like we need a walk here. I was like, this kid
we have all the faith in the world in you. Like, why don't you leave that bat on your shoulder? Why don't you pull Gavin Sheets and leave that bat on your shoulder?
It was like, I know you're having a lot of fun right now and you want to be a hero, but I was like, you standing on first as the tying run would be really big right now.
I'm checking the analytics, and it's telling me that it's probably best that you just walk on down that first base.
Coming up if we want.
I want you to know, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. But what you can't do is hit this baseball. So what you can do is squat on down here and make that strike zone really small.
Oh yeah,
and try to walk.
This is like, he's like 12 because he was playing up, so he was like 11, 12. He was probably like 4'5", and I was like, hey, big moment here. This kid cannot fit it in your strike zone. I was like, this is not happening. So yeah, and then we stole home to win the game.
Well, so what coaching right there, right?
Yeah, we started off 0-2. We got desperate, so I sent the kid from 3rd.
There you go.
That's what it takes right there.
Stealing is so fun when they're little because everybody scores.
Yeah. Go.
They're missing the throw to home plate every time.
There's just a panic that happens.
Yeah.
It's like, ah!
You just steal every play.
Oh, a single, a walk is a triple.
Oh yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
Everything.
It's such a beautiful time back then in the day. You know? Such a good time. You know what? Also, I actually feel like I could fit the role now.
The Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
What?
That was a little shorter. I feel like you need
and more flat, maybe.
No?
Well, no, I'm thinking if it's just tiny or like it would be like a club.
If people
drive some nails in it too while you're in it.
If people were just tuning in right now, and they would have some questions here.
With your Letterman jacket on.
Letterman jacket, the little cap here. I gotta say, you know what? This look, I don't
hate it.
Peacocking, I kind of like it. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I don't wear hats on this show. You guys know this. But when I feel like I want to like pull off a look, I think I can pull off this look.
Speaking of looks, we got a good look right here.
Oh, Vernon, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Vernon says you guys are awesome. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Is that Irish? Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we got a new member too.
Oh, welcome to the squad here. Recon, appreciate you. Thank you. And if you are new to the channel, you want to be a channel member, click that join button. Hey, look.
He's a better kid too.
He wants to see some Ryan Helsley behind the scenes.
That's right.
Don't judge me too much for Rip After Dark. I'll say that, but that's for a different time. We're having a good time. We appreciate you guys. It is fun. We have more football that we're going to talk about. You know, baseball a little bit. Maybe we'll talk more about how to handle the landscape of coaching the youth. You know, obviously Zach is up for Coach of the Year. is what we figured out.
It happens, you know.
It is Throwback Thursday as well. I did post a photo. I don't know if you guys saw me.
I did see that.
The Frederick cheese.
Yeah.
The keys became the cheese. You like that? You like that? No? Can we have some fun sometimes,
I
Zach?
mean, like I'm not gonna dim your sparkle, you know.
I'm sorry. I'm
What's there to
peacocking
dim?
here. Yeah.
I'm
peacocking here. Okay, I'm looking. I wish I could zoom to the crowd. Hey, come here. You know? Say cheese.
We need to upgrade our equipment for that.
Yeah. And Alyssa, shout out her. She has all the photos, and I sent her a message, and she sent me them over via text. Then I was just curious. I'm like, hey, I'd love to see some more of me in F-Town. And she found those glorious ones. And I had that big old leg kick there too.
Oh, yeah.
Held the balance, and I just missed hitting a homer because I remember I didn't hit enough homers. I remember the ones that I just missed. That was one of them. So I was staring at that thing, and I'm like, you know what? It was a changeup. I needed to wait back a hair longer. Is the wind going to give it a push?
Nope.
It didn't. We also blew a 4-run lead in the 9th. I think it was 4 runs. It was
as the cheese.
As the cheese. We were not victorious as the cheese.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
It was. Say cheese. Oh, goodness gracious.
The cheese.
Was that in place of shake your keys? You had to say cheese.
Say cheese, shake your keys. I don't really remember exactly on that. That was a stretch for us where we just lost a lot of games. But it was those moments with those guys. It was great. We'll not forget it. I'll share some more of those, but the relationships you make, actually how Alyssa got the job. I didn't realize this. I just saw she stored it, and I'm going to repost it so everyone sees on Instagram, was that she talked with Jeff Arnold about taking photos. So Jeff helped her do that. And now if you go and check out, I'll put Alyssa's profile in there. She does now all these sporting events and concerts. Like, she's now leveled up and getting big. And it's really cool to see that back then, just like we were, she was trying to find her path on the photos. So it was really cool to look back. That's my little throwback moment here. Before we get into the rest of the throwback, why don't we stay with our little Thursday moment, a little movie book club here, Brad?
Yeah.
A little movie book club. So this week, our movie choice was to watch Wanderlust, because we were talking about Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And I realized in the process that I had seen the majority of Wanderlust because there's a mirror scene.
I can't believe the mirror scene didn't register, because like Rocco and I were going back and forth with gifs and memes about the mirror scene.
Yeah,
it just didn't click.
It did not, or the, some of the other moments there. And I don't want to give it all away for people. Zach, I'm curious on your stake because you're new to movies. What was your initial thoughts?
I was telling Brad, this was one of those. I mean, and it's the same kind of theme for like Tommy Boy and stuff, where it's just like you sit there and you have to turn your brain off because you're like, it's just the jokes and everything. Like, it's just the dumbest but funniest stuff. Like the car in the lake, and he's like, how does that even happen? He's like, it happens. And then a few scenes later, Paul Rudd drives his into the lake, and the guy's like, you see, it happens. Like, it's just the dumbest stuff.
Well, and the thing that I love with Paul Rudd, and that's why if I still was having the choice of this, I think it's a creative, storyline.
It is creative.
It's a creative storyline, and where they're ending up.
Yep.
And the people that they interact with, it's not initially what you would anticipate, but then Paul Rudd's moments, talking to himself, processing information.
He's hyping himself up is what he was doing.
It was a big moment for him, it was a big moment for him. But that type of humor, and I meant to check it. Did Wanderlust come out before I Love You, Man?
It was like right around the same time.
So Wanderlust was in 2012. I Love You, Man release date was 2009. So it was after it. Because in I Love You, Man, that humor that you saw in Wanderlust of those moments for him, he had that in I Love You, Man. There was in I Love You, Man, it was slap at the base.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
big time. And then in Wanderlust, it was I'm fixing to
F you.
yeah. With my
dick.
it is such a
What?
funny
What?
like those
Yeah.
moments are so great.
And then like the what's it called? The winemaking where he's stepping on the grapes. He's like, oh, I gotta wear this. It's like- so stupid. But it's little things like that where it's like that little added thing that they didn't need to add, but it's like, oh yeah, I gotta put this on.
Like clearly improv stuff.
Yeah.
What and what's her name? I'm blanking on it. One was asking. I'm looking forward to. I think we should make love.
Yeah.
And it's the facial expression. So I would say, should we do a little rating here? If we're talking about creativity, I thought it had the moments.
Yeah.
Well,
Creativity with the storyline and everything, it's got to
Yeah, I
be.
will say creativity is that was a very creative, like it wasn't like the usual, like, oh, they go back to a hometown and all this stuff, like them breaking down and then, or not breaking down, but being like, hey, we got to pull off. And then they just, the first thing they see is the guy butt naked and he starts running at them.
Yes. Nothing better. Nothing better than that, right? It kept you. It was, whether you loved it or not, the creativity was there.
Oh, yeah.
There's other movies, like I mentioned, that I thought were funnier, but entertainment, they have quotable lines, maybe not as many as some, but when we just were talking about Paul Rudd's moments there, those are elite. I would say overall, if I was going to rate it, for the creativity, the entertainment side, I'd probably give it like a 4-1. That would be for me as a 4-1.
Well, that's pretty high.
I appreciate I think the creative side I put more emphasis on. And maybe I'm being too fair of a judge right now. Zach, do you have a grade?
No, I said what was your grade?
4-1.
Overall
Was 4-1. So creative, I'm going to give it like a 4-8. I
Ooh.
think it was extremely creative, like the whole storyline.
I would say 4. Like I do 4, 9, or 5 for the creativity.
Yeah. I just don't want to. I feel like there's going to be a 5 out there one day, and I don't want to.
It's true. I'm being too lenient. I got to bring it down. 4.8, 4.7.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4.8, and I'll go 4.83. And I just. All right. So what do? We go overall. Overall, I'm going to give it. Yeah, I'll give it like a 4.3.
4-3.
4-3.
Man, these are some high scores.
So the one thing for me is I got to ask like the question: would you watch it if it are you going to watch it again?
Yeah, if it was on, I'd watch it.
Oh yeah.
So if it's on TV,
Yeah, if it's on TV,
but you're not popping in to watch it again.
There's not really any movie that I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah,
this.
Troy.
Troy.
Lord of the Rings.
But those are
Lord of the
movies
Rings.
that like if they're on TV, I'm definitely gonna watch them.
But
if I'm sitting around bored, I'm usually watching a show, not really a movie.
I will do that if I see it. Hector, I'll put that on.
Troy's incredible.
If I'm feeling like I need to get in fighting mode, find it.
I mean, yeah, it's Troy and Gladiator. Those are the two.
Oh, I Am Gladiator. Wow, that's a good one.
Are you
have
not
you ever,
entertained?
Have you ever seen that movie, Zach?
Nope.
Oh,
What?
that's the next one.
There it is. Oh my goodness.
Have you seen Troy?
Nope.
Oh shit! I don't know which one.
You might look at Brad Pitt in a whole different lens too.
I mean, I certainly did.
That was, what? We're talking about getting fit right there.
How about
that
Man,
Actually, looking up, I've seen, I think, the final like 40 minutes of Gladiator.
of Gladiator. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but definitely not the whole thing.
that is.
So you've
that
definitely
is
not seen Troy.
Uh,
Holy shit, bro!
and this isn't a comedy, by the way. You will not be laughing.
Your testosterone will double after watching that.
You might wonder like, what could you have been in that era?
I don't think
You might have been.
I would have been screwed. I
Well, you-
know what I would have been. What would I be?
Yeah,
Zach would have been Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he would be Paris. He you know what? Zach would be Paris
That's right.
there. And he would, in this case, don't want to spoil it. We're talking about being the problem. You would be the problem. And you'll understand, but watch it and you'll
No, I will.
and
Wait,
think
so which
and
one are we
think
doing? Troy or Gladiator?
We're gonna do Troy.
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 First?
Gotta do
yeah,
Troy.
and then Orlando Bloom's character. Watch him, study him. That might be you.
Yep.
Is what you're saying.
Well, he doesn't know yet, but
Yeah, I don't know yet.
Yeah, think about it. You're definitely not Hector. I'll be
No.
honest.
Yeah, I could have told you. That's
You're
Although
certainly
I
not
got
Achilles.
mistaken for Hector when I was, in my younger days. Everybody thought I was Eric Bana. I was an Eric Bana lookalike, and now I'm like the fat Russell Crowe.
But okay.
Hey, still Gladiator though.
He's still Gladiator. I am Gladiator. Oh, sugar here. Well, hey, you guys are all watching the Ryan Ripken Show, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like and subscribe button. We do this live at 5 right now for the rest of this 2025 year. Actually, tomorrow I lied. We are not live at 5. We'll be live earlier. I lied. But we will be live tomorrow. And
At 5.
Spotify, Apple, you can listen to it after the case. We've upped our shows, and we're really excited about what 2026 is going to look like. So we appreciate you guys. So as we round this up here, why don't we do a quick around Maryland? And Zach, as you know, it's always under 3 seconds. I'm not even going to look at Zach here, but I'm going to look at you because I know it's already up. No, it's not.
Oh, there
It's
it
not
is.
up. Nice. And Around Maryland brought to you by our friends over at Next Move Charm City. And if you are looking to make your next move, we'll make the right move with Next Move Charm City. And we appreciate the Belanger team over at Loan Depot. They are here to help make your experience better, whether it's suburbs, city, or shore. Make the right move with Next Move Charm City. So we talked about, guys, Ryan Helsley and the Orioles. We talked about the Ravens. We'll get back into that. The Terps, they ended up signing. Yeah.
And actually, I will say, I'll pull this up really quickly because it was a cool little thing from Zion. Number 1 recruit in the nation, but he put out there today, while my main focus will be to be a dedicated student athlete, another driving factor of my decision is to be able to stay close to home and be a role model in my community. There's no better place to do it than Maryland. So seems like a kid with, his priorities straight, someone who's like, hey, this is bigger than me. He wants to be a role model in the community. So really cool to see. One, it's cool to see Maryland talent stay in Maryland. Like that, it's not cool. Every day that the number 1 player in the nation is sitting 45 minutes from your campus, and for him to stay, for him to go to Maryland, that's really cool. So super excited to be rooting for him next season.
I am too. It'd be great if Maryland kept a lot of their talent in the DMV region. Huge for the
Malik
program.
Washington last year, Zani this year, like
it's big.
It's starting to happen, which is really good. Obviously, talent from outside, you hope eventually that comes in more and more. But when you got guys that are in the DMV, that are in the area, in Baltimore, you really want to keep those guys. So it's really cool to see them, free grandma.
Is that you were waiting to say that, huh?
Yeah, that's their thing.
I know you were waiting to say that. You know what I'd like to see? What the motto to be?
Well, I guess now it's grandma's free.
Oh, grandma's
because
free.
It's past signing day.
Got it. I just hope, regardless for it, keep the guys here and then stack up the wins in the Big Ten. It ain't getting easier. And certainly this year, promising year, just like it has been over the years. And then the season continues on. And for the Terps, 4 straight wins to start the year, 8 straight losses to end the year. Whammy doesn't make you feel good. So you hope that you can see some improvement here as we move into 2026. The Commanders.
We got some news on the Commanders.
Oh.
Jane Daniels back at practice, I believe full participant.
Wow.
Great for the Commanders, great for Jane Daniels. Unfortunate for me who picked up the Eagles defense because I looked ahead for my fantasy playoffs and saw they were playing the Commanders and was hoping it would be Marcus Mariota, not Mariota. We got the clarification.
It's Mariota.
I know what you were going to say.
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
But, yeah, so Jane Daniels back on the field. And they just got flexed out of the Sunday Night Football game, I believe, either this weekend or next weekend, which I put out a tweet where it was like, how – did the Commanders have 17 primetime games this year?
They might have.
I understand. Like, they didn't think Jane Daniels would get hurt, all that stuff. But still, I feel like even for a good up-and-coming team, every other week it was like we were watching the Commanders on Thursday night, Sunday night, or obviously Monday night. But did they also play in another country where it was a different?
They played the Dolphins in Spain.
Yeah. So it just felt like they were very.
And that was a really, really, really bad game.
You know, when they go to AFC Championship game, that's why they get the time.
Well, yeah, I just thought it was even like really like they went overboard. I'm also looking at Maryland's 2026 schedule.
Okay, well, that's good too. The one thing I wanted to say about all those with scheduling, so the flexing is happening now, guys. Flexing in, flexing out, which makes you think the Ravens only had one primetime home game. It was Thanksgiving, and that was certainly a delight if you love turnovers with your turkey and stuffing. They've had two primetime home games of the Lions. Well, you know what? I erased that game.
Both out of my mind. But.
Oh. So you know what? I was going to say that the Ravens play the Patriots on December 21st. Could that get flexed?
Well, if
I don't know
if they
take care of business, but at this rate, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'd want it. I don't know. They got to win first on Sunday. That's what matters first. Win on Sunday, and that sets the tone. We know Lamar's banged up, by the way. And a big part of the people that we've talked to over the last couple of days, you just heard from Brian Billick, former Super Bowl champion, coach here in Baltimore. They had a lot of struggles throughout the year. This Ravens team currently is having a lot of struggles throughout the year, but it's not just even these teams. Most of these teams are having struggles. Even the teams that are winning games have had pushback. I mean, you could argue the only team that's kind of been winning resoundingly over the last 7-8 weeks has been the New England Patriots, and their schedule has been the most favorable, but they're winning the games. Denver has won and been on a winning streak, but Denver has been sneaking by for whoever they've played. They've been very close games all the way through, minus playing the Dallas Cowboys. So it brings to the question, what is happening here? Overall, the favorites aren't the favorites. They're holding on for dear life. And we had Jim Nance on yesterday to the show, and we asked Jim, have you ever seen anything like this? And he explained his thoughts on it. And guess what? All the years, this is new to him. Strange year. Is there anything that reminds you over the years of what we're kind of seeing right now, that there truly is no favorite, in my opinion, throughout the entire National Football League?
I've never seen anything like it. First off, I've never truly, and I've been calling NFL games since the late 80s, over 500 now. That is so upside down, and that's not to disparage the people that are on top. And I don't know what to chalk it up to. Some of it's injuries. I mean, I really don't think, in your case there in Baltimore with the Ravens, the health issue is so massive, so significant. That explains that. Kansas City's a different story. I mean, Mahomes has been upright the whole year. Travis hasn't missed any games. Rice joined them late because of the suspension, but by and large, they've been able to get through it without significant injuries. I've just done 4 games in a row with the Chiefs. That's kind of, every other week I'm with them, it feels like, on average. Yeah. I can't explain. But it's almost like, though, it has triggered all these other reactions. Like, hey, if they can beat the Chiefs, well, then we can beat this team, because these are upstarts. I mean, New England rattling off this win streak and sitting on top of that division, I didn't see it coming. I mean, I love Mike Vrabel, and I think Drake May is going to be terrific. Same thing with Denver. I've seen both of these teams now because we're primarily the AFC network, but it feels like they're feeding off one another, and the whole pyramid is kind of just flipped. Now here's the question. You're kind of at the point where now it's so serious, and there's a little margin for error. Kansas City probably has to win out, and I think they could do it. I don't know, though, that they have it in their belly this year to do it. Maybe they will. Mm-hmm. It's a mystery. It's such an enigma to me. They look like they have all the parts. They've got a great set of receivers. The running back situation is what it is, kind of the same it's been. Kareem Hunt, Pacheco's back. I don't get it. But we're going to get into the playoffs. And I said this last week. I had Pittsburgh-Buffalo coming after the Dallas Thanksgiving Day game. One of these teams that's solid, that's been there, take your Ravens. Take Buffalo. you're going to get into these January playoff games, and they're going to be, well, if the Ravens win the division, they're going to get a home game, obviously. But I think they're going to be a difficult out because they've been tested. Their coaches and their staff have been tested. Take whatever. I'll take Buffalo as an example. I'll take the onus off of John Harbaugh right now, who I love. You take them. Take Buffalo. No Ed Oliver. They got parts that are missing that almost make it really hard for them to be who they were last year or the year before that. However, they might just get this just right with Kansas City in the rearview mirror on them, and maybe not even in the playoffs, where they've got to say to themselves, hey, we're going to go on the road now as a wild card team. They're not out of the division yet. We got to go on the road now, and we got to go play New England again on the road or at Denver, wherever, or at the AFC South champion. No, we can handle this. They've got to be thinking that. So I think the playoffs going to be really bizarre. I don't know that's going to go according to seed. And I think one of these teams, and it could be the Ravens, you get Lamar healthy and get this team on a little bit of a roll, they're going to be a tough out. And these young upstarts that are, with rosters that haven't gotten the experience of being in the postseason, it's going to be a big assignment for them.
So I thought that was a great answer from Jim. And I got to be honest, I agree with him. I agree with him on this. I know right now the best teams in the AFC, record-wise, statistically, are the New England Patriots, who look great. They look great. Denver Broncos.
Who's on your schedule?
You play who's on your schedule. You win your games. They're winning resoundingly for the most part. Their closest game recently was playing the Buccaneers down there, and the Buccaneers were banged up, but they're taking care of business. But here is the reality. If the Ravens are the only team of the Bills and the Chiefs, in my opinion, that really are going to, they have to win their division to get in. Like the Ravens have to get in by the division. And if they do, that means that they're going to have a home game. Bills have an outside shot to win the division, but more than likely their path could be a wild card. And the Chiefs, they're going to be a wild card. They have too much ground to make up at this point in time. It's not going to happen. I agree with Jim. I think that the road teams in this situation, I think, can challenge, and not just challenge. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these teams, say it was Buffalo or Kansas City, and they had to go to Denver or New England. If it's a money line situation, I'd say that not that they would say they'd put them as a favorite, but I would be shocked if it isn't just a toss-up. I know you got some thoughts on it, Brad.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if the Chiefs do not make the playoffs.
They have to win out.
And they play the Houston Texans this week.
Sunday night.
I just don't see the way that they've been playing. I don't see how they win that game. I really don't. So if what they have to do is to win out to make the postseason, I don't see how that's happening. Not likely, I should say. It's not saying that it's impossible because it is the Chiefs, but then they play the Chargers the week after that. Titans are going to win that game. Then the Broncos, which we know what the Broncos are, and the Raiders. So they'll win that game. So it's very likely over the next 5 games, they go 3-2, 2-3. Like I don't think that they're winning out.
There's 2 games on their schedule. There's no doubt in their mind. Like it would be the biggest shock if they lost. That'd be against the Titans and that'd be against the Raiders.
Right.
Those 2 games. They did already lose to the Broncos and the Chargers. So it's hard to sweep an opponent, but the fact that those teams beat you, it's a divisional game. Anything goes. So yeah, I'm with you. There's only 2 games on that schedule where the Chiefs, where you sit there and go, those are for sure wins. In the past, when you're looking at Kansas City playing all of those games at home against these winning teams, the Texans, the Chargers, and the Broncos, in the past, you'd go, well, they're going to win that game.
Yeah.
This year doesn't feel that way. They certainly can, but they have to be perfect.
That Houston defense, bro.
And that's the other part. That defense is good, and the Chiefs have to be perfect. And defensively, it's actually the Chiefs that have been more the issue. The offense has done its part for the most cases.
Not
here.
last week.
Last week, the defense, when they need to get off the field, they're not good on third downs.
Yeah.
And so that's the part there that was the problem. But then you look at the Chiefs, the Bills, they're going to get in. I don't see Buffalo.
Well, so here's the question: if you're offered a bet of you get to pair the three, Ravens, Buffalo, and the Chiefs, those three teams, are you taking one of them or the field to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl right now? So pretty much saying one of the Ravens, Bills, or Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl this year. I'm throwing the Chiefs in just because if they get in, obviously you have to be aware of them. Or are you taking the field? I still think I take, just because, like, kind of what Jim Nantz was saying, sometimes I feel like the answer is obvious, but you kind of don't look at it. Like you want to say it's not this, but it always ends. This just feels like one of those years where we go and we're like, oh, it's going to be a changing of the guard. And like I said, I would still, if I had to bet right now on who represents the AFC, it's not going to be a fan favorite here, I would still say the Bills. I think that's the team that has, and they could still miss the playoffs.
I was going to say, they're a mess too.
And like all three of them, there is a realistic opportunity where, and I'm going to throw Joe Burrow in here too, just because it's, that's considered widely the top four, where Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, and Burrow all missed the playoffs.
Which would be nuts.
Yeah.
And that's the part of what Jim's talking about. And even what Brian Billick was saying earlier, and we could play that clip later on, or maybe in the future shows we'll play that. I'm sorry. But if you missed it, go back and watch it. Brian Billick then just said, you got to gain momentum. Like, they didn't score a touchdown for the month of October, and yet they did enough. They got hot. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat, and then had some upsets, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl. One of the most dominant defenses, we know that. Their identity, they figured it out. Put up enough points on offense and lean on that defense. The Bills of the teams right now, it's going to be an interesting ride for them. They play Cincy this weekend. Joe Burrow's playing in that. Cincy's had success against Buffalo when Joe Burrow plays.
Higgins back?
What?
Do we know if Higgins is back?
He'll be back.
Yeah.
I believe so. I think he cleared protocol. We'll check it. Buffalo, they should win that game at home, but they lose that game. Cincy's really back in this thing.
Oh, yeah.
But then Buffalo has Cincy, New England, at Cleveland, which I think could give their offense trouble because the Browns, they should still win that game. And then they play the Eagles, and then they should beat the Jets. So of those games, they should beat the Jets. They should beat the Browns. Then they have 3 toss-ups, but they're 8-4. So they should get in even if they were to win 2 of those games because of tiebreaker. That's where they should be. So it's a fascinating conversation. And it's mainly to the point of, do you buy that the Broncos, led by Bo Nix, and that defense is going to be the one that's standing at the end of the day? That's your choice. Or is it going to be the Patriots? I love the Patriots long term, but what Jim's saying, newer teams that are not familiar with the postseason, how do they adapt? Well, I guess that answer is we're going to find out. But it's fun. I actually say, with the struggles that sucks with the Ravens, it's still been fun. It's still a fun process that the Ravens are in it. And also I love the fact that, like, truly, there isn't a team that scares you in the NFL right now. And I think that's the part that's going to be fun to watch here down the stretch in the NFL. And that's what I have to say about that. And if you guys have anything to say, let us know in the comments, and also hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show, do this live right here on YouTube X and Facebook. If you think that this hat is amazing, well, you know what? I could find a way I'll buy someone one of these hats if you like it.
Oh,
I will.
there you go.
And it doesn't have to come to me first. I can just send it straight to you. We don't have to worry about that anymore. But I digress. Am I missing anything else right there, guys? Any other football, foosball? Oh, my goodness. We didn't talk about this yesterday. The Ravens extended a tight end.
Yeah.
While we were live.
Oh, you didn't talk about it?
We did a little bit, but we're like,
it broke literally just as Jim Nantz was coming on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like he and Cedric Mullins both within a few minutes, and then we're like, and here's Jim Nantz.
Yeah, and welcome in. Well, actually, was it Stokely? No, it was Stokely.
It was Stokely.
And then all the bets were off with that guy.
Yeah, then
I texted him. I said, I wore a hat today because of you, and he laughed. So he's a good kid. He's a good kid. I love the fact that he pissed off Peyton Manning so much that he benched him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. See, we had a lot of storylines here.
Yeah.
And also, I love that Brian Billick didn't confirm nor deny the
I could see that happen.
yeah. But anyway, the Mark Andrews thing, unpopular opinion, I'm happy he signed the extension.
Is that unpopular?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody wants Likely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's stupid.
The people, so the deal is 3 years, 39 mil.
They'll extend Likely too. Like
I think he's gone
I
now.
think that's the biggest thing is I think Likely is going to end up getting 15, 16 million. I think they were so far apart with Likely that they decided that, and this is just my opinion, I don't know anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if the reason was, hey, we want the younger guy Likely, give him, he's asking for 16 million. And I'm sure they're like, hey, we'll give you like 14. He's like, no, he knows his market. And I think one, Mark Andrews, I think, was cheaper than Likely. And two, you can't put a number or statistic on trust. And Andrews is Lamar's guy. I mean, that is his safety.
Likely has had problems with turning the ball over too.
Yeah, but that's something where in the playoffs,
I'm talking about like trust.
Yeah, I think in the playoffs, there's definitely, I think everyone on this team has demons that they're fighting. But, throughout the season, especially regular season, I think Mark Andrews, he's the guy that he and Lamar are always kind of on the same page, especially on scramble drills, big moments. It feels like they look for Andrews. The only thing that I think has really changed kind of this year is in big third downs. They've been big on, okay, where's D-Hop? Put it anywhere near D-Hop, and he's just going to come down with it.
Yeah.
But I still think that Andrews is that guy that Lamar looks to when he needs something, even though he has struggled this year.
Yeah, I mean, the part with this, it's hard when your quarterback's hurt, and also given where the Ravens' struggles have been, it wasn't a great situation early on. After that Lions game and the Chiefs game happened, it was just ugly for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I mean ugly. So then everyone was hurting. But you can see Isaiah Likely is clearly a talented player. The one thing that you probably then have the argument in favor of Mark Andrews. So we'll do the positives at least with this, and we'll say why people are upset. The positives are, I think Mark Andrews all around from a blocking standpoint and a receiving and a trust standpoint, that's where he shines. And that's very important. And I still think 30 years old, he's 30 years old. People are saying he's slowing down. Top speed-wise, when he scored on the fake tush push, it actually was the fastest he's ever run. I still think that if he gets the opportunities and they needed to feed him more, we'd see like we did against the Lions, which people forget. The Ravens lost that game. Mark Andrews was balling that game. I think he fully can do that. I think he can take over. The negative side, though, is people look to Mark Andrews in the postseason. He hasn't come up in big moments. People highlight the game in Buffalo. They're also highlighting that he is 30 years old. How many good years do you have left? And it's essentially guaranteed 2 years, guys. It's $26 million guaranteed. It's $13 million a year, $39 million total. So 2 years, you're locked in the Mark. He's 32. And you gave him an average salary value that I think put him in the top 5 for tight ends on an average value ranking. So you're saying, is that worth it? Now, again, that's the unpopular opinion. I think it is. I think keeping camaraderie and leadership and trust is important. But I think that also signals that the Ravens, to your point, Zach, I don't know if the number was too high or they just aren't buying that long term. But it also makes you wonder, where's Charlie Kohler fit in the situation? I think of extending Brad. I think Charlie Kohler would be extended. I think he comes back because his market's not going to be as high, and they would spend probably maybe 2/3 of what they would have to give Likely.
I just hate that because, like, I think Likely wherever he goes, he's going to like ball out.
Yeah.
If he goes to the right system, he's gonna be a receiving
because
threat.
he's just so athletic. You want to talk, like, he's way more athletic than Mark Andrews is.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody will argue that.
No.
And so like he gets in the right system, like you said, and he just goes off. I could see him being, a top tight end in the league. He goes in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would hate if Helsley retires and he goes to the Chiefs.
I could see that happening very easily.
I could too. I think any team that uses a tight end as a receiver.
Yeah.
The likely part, I don't know enough to say about how good someone is for blocking. But when you see what I do watch and analyze, when they want to run the ball for tight ends, Charlie Kohler is the guy they go with.
Yeah.
And then they'll have Mark Andrews and Pat Ricard, obviously, in that. But Isaiah Likely isn't the main guy in that situation. That's where I think Kohler's value is going to be so high. Likely where he goes, it's going to have to be an emphasis on his receiving, which he's fantastic after the catch too. Bad situation with the Bengals game, fumbling at the goal line, but he's made contested catches. He's really athletic, like you said.
Yeah.
But I think that's the knock to him is going to be, is he the total package as a tight end? And the blocking concept's big. Like George Kittle is probably like the definition of a guy that he's going to try to pancake you, but then he is really tough to guard. Travis Kelce is more on the receiving side, but Travis has really worked on his blocking, and he's gotten better as a blocker, but Travis also was so damn good from the jump, and he was thrusted into the role, and then you get Patrick Mahomes and whammy, you're rocking and rolling. So, yeah, we'll see with that, but Marky Mark, I'm happy he's staying as a Raven. I think also, guys, players that stay with an organization we don't see that anymore.
No.
I love that. I love the fact that Mark Andrews has the chance to be a Ravens lifer. Like, I think that is cool. And I think that the city will embrace that for the ones down the stretch. So we'll see there. The other news yesterday, yes, Cedric Mullins, by the way, another Baltimore piece. Well, he is a Tampa Bay Ray. He says, "What's up, Zach?" By the way, I told Brad that. He asked how you guys were doing. I asked him, he goes, "How's the crew doing in Baltimore?" And I thought initially he was asking about the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, I think they're going to be fine." I said, bounce back. And he goes, "Nah, dude, like the Ryan Ripken show crew." And I go, he said, "We had a lot of great guests, man." I said, like, low key, like you might be one of the favorites. I said, "I'm not sure why you don't have me fooled, but like the guys seem to like you." He goes, "Oh, tell them what's up. I look forward to being back on here in the future."
Missed that guy.
Yeah, great dude. Signed a 1 year, $7 million, right?
Yeah,
Zach?
good for him. That made me really happy. I told you I was a little concerned that just because of everything, being a part of the Mets, that whole shit show at the end, I was like, I was hoping he would get something like that. So good. Hey, and this is a, prove it deal. I think he will.
I think he will too. And I think
he's going to have at least one robbed home run versus us.
Guaranteed. And you already have it probably docked or saved from like, it's Cedric Mullins again. No?
Oh, yeah. I have everything.
Yeah, we did go over your drafts. One day we should look at how many drafts that you have.
It's unfortunate. I had to reset my Twitter on my phone a few months ago. So I lost all those drafts. So this is I don't have as many as I used to.
Excuse? I don't have as many as I used to, and you still had about 100.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of them. Some of them are like this one is just Colton Cowser doing the golf, just in case I ever needed that. Like, so there's things that you have to
just tap it in, happy.
Yeah, exactly. Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready.
Is that the motto?
Yeah, Mike Schilt. I'm just tired and want to go home, dude. Got that graphic ready.
Okay. Is there any there that like would surprise us?
I don't think.
Glass is too dark in here. It doesn't fit the Peaky Blinder.
There were probably some.
Whoa. Oh, we're back. Zach, anything that doesn't make sense?
No, I got an appreciation post for the gritty ass ball players that have rocked number 12 for the O's recently. I guess that was. Oh, damn. Yeah, I get some that didn't end up. Like I have a few here that just say All-Star Jackson Holiday. So that sucks. But yeah, I get ready.
You get ready, stay ready here at the Ryan Ripken Show. Oh, we do. We have fun. We have some good fun here, guys. I'm excited about where things are moving in the future. And you know what? I'm keeping that sparkle, Zach, because I'm a peacock, Captain. You got to let me fly. What movie, Zach?
Nope. Sorry. I'll let you down there, but.
You might think because of the beard that I'm really hairy.
I can't believe
but I'm not.
Most quotable movie of all time.
Oh,
Shaved.
Yeah. What's it called? The other guys.
Yeah.
Shaved.
Yes.
And I do got the beard right now. You know? I'm digging this hat. Ross, you're a genius. I wasn't lying. I said
I know.
I like this hat. I should get some breeches though, or like some overalls.
Like
Amon
some
Ross St.
suspenders?
Brown's gonna
Yeah.
play, it looks like.
What?
I think Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to play.
He's playing?
It's looking like.
Is that going to affect your Bolly's bet for today?
No, thankfully not. And
Okay.
actually, good, because it was going to be someone else.
Well, why don't we tell you about Bolly's bet right now? Let's take a quick trip to our friends up at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. West Virginia. Nice. All right, Bolly.
Yeah, coming off a win with Trevion Henderson in the most from the clouds way possible. It was so dead until it wasn't. Breaks off a 30-yard run and then gets another 6 yards on the next with 6 minutes left in the game. We're going back, though, to another guy. We've actually been reusing a few guys, but they've been getting us money, so we're going to keep it going. I'm going George Pickens over 5.5 receptions.
Ooh.
So they've been – I think they're throwing the ball. This is going to be one of those games where I think both teams are airing it out. So, yeah, I'm going George Pickens, just 6 receptions, hit this in his last 5 games. And, yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself because it's controversial, but we may have a battle for who is wide receiver 1 in Dallas.
I mean,
if you look at the stats, George Pickens,
he has changed.
he is so good. If he and it's so funny because in the draft, the big thing was he's a first-round talent, but he just kept fighting people during the game
after the play.
That was it. Literally was hey, you're gonna get a star. He might punch somebody though, and you got to deal with that. But you're gonna get a star, and that's what he is. He's a star. He's gonna get paid so much money this offseason.
I mean, Dallas. I know you don't want to invest so much money in 2 wide receivers, but the way that their offense runs. Having Pickens and Lamb, they can coexist. They're both really damn good. I am very thankful that he is out of the AFC North, but I don't think he gets unlocked the way that he does staying in Pittsburgh. But, man, does Pittsburgh need a little bit of help? I still, for 2 seconds, wow, they got DK Metcalf. Wow, Metcalf and Pickens, that's going to be a headache. And then it wasn't because George Pickens went to the Dallas Cowboys. Big game for the Lions, big game for the Cowboys. They both got to have it, to be honest. And the Cowboys are playing with momentum. Lions had a tough loss on Thanksgiving at home to the Packers. And you're saying Amon-Ra might be in the lineup tonight. So
from the tweets we're getting right now, everyone's saying it looks like a go. I mean, he's running around with no.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay. Well, never mind. He gave Jeremy Fowler a thumbs up that he's indeed playing tonight. So
let's go. Let's see what happens. And if you're in fantasy football, it's the last week of the regular season, by the way.
Boys, I actually start playoffs tonight in my one league.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we do 2-week playoffs. So
how are you looking over there then? I know Zach's situation, so I'll start with you, Brad. What's your situation looking like?
7-5. Gonna be 8-5 because I'm playing the last place team.
Oh, so it's an automatic W?
Yep.
There's no chance.
It's just a matter of seeding.
It's no chance that you get upset.
I have a 70% chance of winning.
Well,
according to ESPN analytics.
Oh, Mama's wrong again. Well, if it does, we're gonna play that. We're gonna play that clip. If it is in fact the case. I will be curious. Zach, you're feeling. You and I are actually in good spots.
Yeah, we're in really good spots. My league. It's actually the league I have not. God, we've been doing it for 8 years. And it's my college one. And I just clinched the playoff spot last week. I'm going to the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. It's been a drought.
Wow.
And it's been I've finished one out of the playoffs every single year. I'll have a 50% chance going into the final 2 weeks. And it just goes wrong. So very, very exciting there. But it was a revenge game for me because I was playing the last place team. And he's 1-10, was 1-10, and I'm his 1 win. It was week 2.
Wow, that's tough.
And at the time, he's just 1-1. So I'm all right, that happened.
That's fine.
And now looking back, I'm so I have to root for him this week because if he ends the year with just 1 win,
and you're the win,
unless I win it all, then it's just funny.
Okay, well, I hope the best for you. In our Holy Shirts and Pants League, by the way, Zach, you and I, there's a 4-way tie at 9-4 in the Holy Shirts and Pants League with our channel members.
4-way tie.
4-way tie for so you get a bye. So 4 teams fighting for 2 spots. Brooks technically, he ain't really in it because he doesn't have the actually points for. It's going to be, he's going to need to put up a whole lot here. But in our case, though, it'll be interesting. None of us play each other, though, either, Zach.
No, it's going to be real. It's going to come down to the wire.
Down to the wire for who gets the bye, all in the playoffs there. Teams that won't be in the playoffs, Joe, yes. Joe is, we have a battle for last place between Joe, Tori, and Rick.
Damn.
All 3-10. A lot on the line here. No one.
I'm actually playing Tori this week, so sorry. I do have it's personal. I gotta win this one. This is a must-win to get that by.
Nothing personal. I just hope I beat you by 50, by a hundo. And then in the big monies, in case you guys want to know, we have 3 buys, which I'm very happy about. We worked really hard. The culture and the standard, we just keep fighting. You know.
Yeah.
It's all ahead of us.
It's all ahead of us. It's all ahead of us. Losing Drake London has stung. Tucker Kraft was our rock.
I don't think Drake London's coming back again this week.
No, I don't think. Well, I already clinched the bye, so I'm thankful.
I know. I'm just
thankful
saying.
for that one. Thankful.
I have him.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, Captain Kirk, and that, you know what? I'm not. This isn't me going on a rant about the Falcons because I have some feelings. Still don't understand them.
Nope.
Just like a lot of teams. Any other thoughts then, guys? Did we have the final poll for the tree, by the way? Like what?
Oh, yeah.
What were those
The
numbers?
numbers for the tree are 51 votes came in. Then the day after Christmas might have been Brian Billick's vote because it's only 4%.
Yeah, Brian Billick. That was a Grinch answer right there. Tree coming down.
New Year's Day comes in at number 1, 54%.
I'm not doing a New Year's Day.
Christmas or between Christmas and New Year's, it was a tie between Christmas and New Year's, and never. Lots of Jamies out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we got to take it down at some point, but the timeline of like feeling like it has to go down right after. No. Especially Zach's in that age now where he's young, he's hip. He might go out and make a bad decision and be hung over like he has a softball game the next day. Like we've seen it, we've witnessed it
multiple times.
Yeah. So New Year's Eve, if you have any celebration or you're staying at home, more than likely you don't want to take down your tree. I don't want to the next day. Zach at his age,
absolutely not.
He's a puddle. No
New Year's
little
Eve
offensive.
is a tough one.
Well, New Year's Day.
But you're impacted on New Year's Day because your New Year's Eve might have put you in that position.
New Year's Day is a big, you got to get back on the horse day because there's always text of like, okay, it's New Year's Day. What are we? And people always want to do something the day of New Year's.
Yeah.
And it's like a very big, like,
oh, it's a brunch day.
Yeah. Oh, you have to find it. It's one of those where you gotta put your big boy pants on. You got to just get ready. You have to fight through adversity. You know, there's going to be some hiccups and some bumps along the way. You just got to keep fighting.
What's a harder one to deal with when you're younger in like your early 20s, early mid 20s? Is it Thanksgiving Eve and surviving then Thanksgiving if you go out, or is it New Year's Eve on New Year's Day?
Thanksgiving without question.
That was this year.
Especially you got a turkey bowl to go to. Shit.
Well, this year, thankfully, I was with my girlfriend's family, so we did not. But before, when I was turkey bowl
back in your day,
10 a.m. is a rough wake up call. That is especially when you're getting the.
It's even rougher when Calvert Hall wins.
That was 0 points allowed in the second half, and we can't come back. That was.
I mean, that checks out.
Yeah, it was.
That checks out. We should have
won. I don't know why we were kicking field goals down 4. We got it. I've already put my resume in. Actually, I've put in multiple resumes to become the offensive coordinator there. When I was there, I did it multiple times. I just put the Madden playbooks I'd run.
Like when you were at Loyola?
Yeah, my senior year, we were looking for an OC. I handed coach my resume, and like it was stuff like Ken grow a mustache was a pro, and then another pro was Ken shave mustache if that's an issue, and things. I told him, what playbooks in Madden. I was running the Packers playbook at the time.
So what's a play then that pops up in your mind from the playbook?
4 go. Oh, I'll go. 4
I'll
goes.
go. So not like 4 verticals or
4
like
verts.
tight end in.
Yeah.
inside
Spider 2 I've
zone.
been at waggle. We used to run waggle all the time.
You're a waggle guy. I can see that rolling out. We waggle into the right or the left.
Well, it depends on where we're running it first. If we're pounding the right side, you got to waggle to the left.
You're right. So that's my point.
It's all about game feel.
Yeah. Hey, I had my JV moment for football there. It's my 1 year I played football, played JV football there in 2008 fall. Yeah. And we went to Loyola, overcame a 10-point deficit in the second half, and we won in overtime. We had a zippy wide receiver pass on 4th down, which we scored. And then I had a 47 wham pass, faked the handoff, threw the ball, 2-point conversion.
Oh, you a QB?
I was.
We actually, funny enough,
the second half. They had Cyrus Jones, who ended up going to play in the NFL. He was
yeah.
quarterback until he got moved up to varsity. Then your boy slid in.
Funny enough, my senior year, we lost to Gilman.
That's not shocking. That's not surprising.
Because of a trick play.
It's not surprising.
Because of a trick play. And then, funny enough, it's actually super. So we get beat on a trick play. Actually, one of my friends who went on to play, and he's in the professional lacrosse league, Piper Bond. He was a wide receiver. They did a wide receiver pass. He got that. And then we had a chance to win it, and it hit off this freshman's hands in the end zone. It would have been an incredible catch. That freshman is on the he's currently on the Bengals practice squad.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
good for him.
Yeah. So he went.
Sorry you couldn't get past those hounds.
I let him know something.
The fact
Maryland's just full of athletes.
Athletes, man.
People don't realize that. People sleep on Maryland. But
yeah, it's got a lot.
It would get me when I got so frustrated when I'd go and play the circuit for baseball.
Yeah.
And they say there's no talent up there in Maryland. And I was just like, all right, take this off. Let me show you. Actually, does this make me look more like a
Peaky Blinder?
Without a doubt. They don't wear a Letterman jacket.
No.
Zach, have you not seen Peaky? Don't speak on Peaky Blinders if you haven't seen it, because in episode 3, they wear a Letterman jacket.
They don't. You haven't seen it either.
That's not accurate.
Gaslighting.
That is gaslighting.
Go watch it.
Kevin level gaslighting.
You know what? That's offensive. That is offensive. But
that's why, like, travel teams, I feel like travel baseball's gotten out of control. But like Maryland's so full of athletes, I feel like you could get just as much competition. You don't have to go out to Timbuktu.
I mean, it's a talented region. I mean, I know every state's going to say they have talents. They do. I mean, they do.
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny. Growing up, I'd play basketball in like Saturdays. I'd play in like Carroll County, and on Sundays I'd play down in the city.
Yeah,
and 2 different styles.
Carroll County. I'm sure you smoked everybody in Carroll County.
I dropped quite a few. I mean, look, I got to say, I felt like I could ball a little bit. I could play.
Yeah.
But the different styles of it. When we went down and played in the Mello Center, those games were physical. Not as physical playing out in Carroll County. There were some tough games, but yeah, your boy
got farm boys out in Carroll County.
I dropped 42 points down there. It's like when you go down and when you play in the city, then the team that we played, it was Team Mello. Like Team Mello then won the national championship down in Orlando. And those guys, the funny thing with that team, if I remember correctly, they won the basketball championship down in Orlando. And I don't know if any of the group, the majority went and played college football, like at Oklahoma, Maryland, like big time schools. And I'm like, you guys were ballers, man.
Yeah.
I still dropped like 20, but
Westminster High School is probably the only high school in Carroll County that like would be competitive. Every other high school around the area, and I speak from someone who did not go to Westminster High School. They're just not really athletic county because just a bunch of big old farm boys.
A lot of linemen.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Some linemen.
Oh yes.
Yep.
There's a lot of beef.
Yeah.
In the trenches, but
that's where it's won and lost right there in the trenches. It's either won or lost in the trenches, or it's won and lost with the playbook, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it's what I was banking on.
Is that what you were banking on?
Yeah, my offensive mind.
Are you okay? You got a little quiet. You're a little down. You don't have that sparkle, apparently. How do you say you're trying to kill my sparkle?
I said I'm not gonna dim your sparkle.
Can you believe this guy, Brad?
Yes.
We're trying to have
Actually, I can.
this guy?
So we're talking about bringing energy and passion and excitement to the show.
He's not talking to me.
Yeah, I am
I
talking
don't know
to
where
you.
This is crazy.
See, then he lowers his voice like that. He's
Crazy.
doing it again. What
I'm
do you
just- I'm
think?
just-
What do you think you're doing?
I'm just donkey. Yeah, no, that's
That's
easy to
just.
get into.
Do we really want to get into all that?
No.
Just like, do we want to get into that? Like, yeah, I understand that run was really good. You know, it ended Calvin
Mason
Hall's
Jar
run.
knows. Yeah. See, I'm not making it up.
No, it's all facts.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. The Coward Hall comment. Yeah. Coward Hall is a great program. They did.
Yeah.
They were great. They were the team until 2010 when the Gilman Greyhounds came back from a 3-16 season the year prior to go 27-5 and win the whole championship. Now, did Calvert Hall win it in 2012, my senior year? Yes. Did we beat them twice? Yes. Did we choke? Yes. Did they deserve to win? Yes. Did Gilman get on the map for baseball? You're damn right. And now it's Spalding for everything. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, Spalding.
Spalding's like legit in everything now.
Yeah, Spalding is really good.
And
I don't want to say they came out of nowhere, but they recently, probably within the past, I would say 8 years. Yeah, because
they were really good back in the day too.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm trying to I don't think they were that good when I was for baseball. I was thinking all sports.
All sports now. In baseball, they were
because
good
they're
when
like
I was there.
Yeah. No, they've always had baseball, but football, I feel like, took off, and so did basketball. They started getting really good.
Gilman used to be
My
the alpha
junior
team
year.
back then. Loyola used to be, fighting for the scraps. Zach.
For baseball?
No, for football.
No, so what year? Because before
I forget
we
how
had that-
young he is, Brad. So
Yeah.
like
No, I'm
back
saying,
in my day,
no, because right before
there's
until,
two
like,
back in my days around
2008,
here.
that's
There's
very
mine,
true.
yours, and Zach's.
And then there's Brian Billick's.
Yeah,
Back
yes.
in my day.
Yes, because when you were saying about how you were set, I was 14 when so you were younger than 7, because I was freshman year high school when the Ravens.
2001 was the Super Bowl. The 2001 in February, so I was turning 8 in 2001.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was
'cause
I was 7 years old.
We're
though, at
7
that
years
point.
apart.
7 years old.
Oh
at
yeah,
the
so you
time.
were 7. Okay, yeah.
Damn right. I remember this.
I was
Zach,
14. I was 14 years old.
All right. No, 08, 09, we were 11-0.
he really went back to this
Oh yeah, I did.
archives here.
It's amazing how
07,
quick
08,
he is.
9-1, 06, 07, 10-1.
Okay, what about 09
it took
to 12?
No, that's what I was getting at. It took a dip.
So when I
It took a dip.
so when I said back in my day when we were there,
Well, what? Okay, which year?
09 to 12.
Okay, 09. I literally did a 7-4.
Oh.
Not good.
Is this football?
Yeah.
7-4. Is that acceptable to you to win a championship?
No,
Hell
that's
no.
Not
why-
to me.
That's why after coming off an 11-0, it was ranked 3rd in the state.
Oh, that's cool. Who was ranked first the next year?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm
But you know
looking
the
at this.
ironic thing now, it's all doesn't matter now. It's St. Francis actually above everyone else. And that's just the
Well, they're not MIA anymore.
I know. Oh, yes, I'm aware.
There's a documentary about that.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
They
Zach.
only
They would only play
Fun fact.
Loyola?
they were in that documentary only one time because we declined to be a part of it. And it's just
Classic.
you hear them go, and with the extra point, that'll make the score St. Francis Academy 66, Loyola 0. And that was crazy enough. That wasn't their biggest win of the year.
No.
Like that year, my senior year, I don't think they had a game within 50 points. It was, and that's when the MIA was like, hey, I don't think this is fun for anyone anymore. Why play
Yeah.
the games?
No,
Why play the game?
to me it just didn't sound like you've you wanted it enough personally.
Yeah.
You didn't have that sparkle, that energy, that
game.
bravado.
Yeah, you didn't have it like Luigi Mangione.
We had that game. I knew we were screwed.
You didn't have the drive like that guy did. Oh,
Zach,
good times. It
more
was
to
actually
say?
almost a year ago. It was almost a year ago to the day.
Zach,
We
you
were
were
at
saying?
I was gonna say, I knew we
winter
were
meetings.
screwed in that game where they had a singular freshman on the team, and it was their kicker. And in warmups, he hit from 62.
That's
We
great.
held him to a field goal the first game. The first possession, we held him to a field goal. Kid nails 55. You would have thought we won the Super Bowl when they incompletion on third down. Unbelievable. We had a net total of, I think, 4 yards that game. It was they had their entire edge defensive line was all in the top 20. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I'm 8-5, by the way.
Yeah. You guys are good kids. You are. And you know what? Shout out also the public schools. I know with Rick up in Aberdeen, the dean. Hey, the public schools, yeah, they got the power too. All to it. I'm with it. I'm just saying we got a lot of pride here. I did see a comment. So if you guys are wondering about with Helsley, appreciate it. How has Helsley been on? We had to change the interview to earlier. We are going to put out that interview of a clip with Helsley, the interview momentarily or later on this evening, I should say. But for our Rips Better kids, you get the uncut version that's out right meow. It's out right meow on the channel. Click that join button, and you get to see Ryan Helsley behind the scenes. Maybe on the way out, Zach, do we have it clipped up about his Americano, or are we doing not? No. Well, we can put that out later because if you really want to know about Ryan Helsley, well, we have his order for coffee. And it's great. Both orders. Am I missing anything else? Did we hit all the things we have to do?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we have, and I have a great accent here. What do you think you're doing? Oh, so this is more like Peaky. So I'm telling you though, Zach, episode 3, like minute 25 and a half, the Letterman jacket comes on. Just like this. Just like that. Comes right on. Slips right on. I hope you guys like the Ryan Ripken show. Because if you just joined, I swear we're not that bad. Just Zach. Just kidding. You're a good kid.
I'm happy we still got 43 people watching this.
I know. Watching us talk about nothing.
All right. We're out of here. Hit the music. Oh, you did it.
I did.
Good eye, mate. Does that work too? As always here on the Ryan Ripken Show, we appreciate each and every one of you. Have a day, have a night. And guess what? Come back and join us tomorrow for a brand new edition of the Ryan Ripken Show. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yeah, they wear Lettermans back then. Oh, is that the